In all of the previous examples that we've worked with compound interest, we had a single lump sum deposit called the principal amount that we were working with. But what happens when you're making regular deposits or payments? In that case, we have to use an annuity formula rather than just the compound interest formula we used in section 3B. So the annuity formula is still based on future value, FV, equal to a payment, PMT, and notice that we use PMT instead of P just because that simplifies and keeps it from being as confusing, times 1 plus R divided by N, where R is still our percentage in decimal form, N is still our number of compounding periods, to the NT power, where T is still our time in years, minus 1 divided by R divided by N. So it's a much more complicated looking formula, but the key is still to get all of the numbers plugged into the correct spots and then to get everything plugged into your calculator correctly. So in this case, you begin depositing $40 into an account at the end of each month when you're 22 years old. If the account pays 3.5% compounded monthly, what is the value of the account when you are 65, and how much interest did you earn? So notice that this is a two-part problem. The first thing we have to do is determine the value of the account when you are 65, and then we will be able to determine how much interest we earned. So, to find the value of the account when we're 65, we're looking for the value sometime in the future. So, FV is what we're solving for. Our PMT is the amount that we're paying or depositing regularly in this count, $40. 1 is just 1. Our R value is 3.5%, so as a decimal, 0.035. Our N value, we are compounding monthly, so our N value is 12. Our T value, remember, is the time in years. We start when we're 22, and we want to know the value at 65. So the difference between those two will give us the number of years that we deposited money. So in this case, 43. So our T value would be 43 minus 1 divided by R, which we said was 0.035, divided by N, which we said was 12. So now that we have all of our numbers plugged into the correct spots in the formula, now it's just a matter of plugging that into your calculator. If you have trouble plugging this into your calculator correctly, you can reference the slides that I have in the PowerPoint presentation. There are a couple on using your calculator, or feel free to contact me and I can help you if you're having trouble, especially if you're using a calculator other than the ones that I reference in the slides. I will tell you that you want to make sure that you put everything into your calculator to where you're not having to round until the final answer, just like in our previous examples. And it can be a little bit tricky because one parenthesis in the wrong spot can end up giving you a wrong answer. So if you feel like you're getting your numbers in the right spot, but you're ending up with a wrong answer, please contact me and I can help you with that. So in this case, our future value ends up being $47,921.80. So the first answer to the first question, if the account pays 3.5% compounded monthly, what is the value of the account when you are 65? Well, that future value is going to be $47,921.80. So now we're ready to address the second part of the question, which is how much interest did you earn? Well, keep in mind that the interest is going to be the difference between the future value of the account, or the amount that's in there when you're 65, minus the amount that you actually deposited. So if you take the future value and subtract how much of that you deposited, the difference is going to give you how much you earned in interest. So in order to find the interest, we first need to find the amount that we deposited. So we do that by taking the amount of our deposit, so in this case $40, times the number of deposits per year. So since we were depositing it monthly, that would be 12 times per year, times the number of years that we deposited, which was 43 in this case. So the amount that we deposited comes out to be $20,000, 640. So $20,640. So now to find the interest that we earned, we simply need to take the difference between the future value, $47,921.80, and the amount that we deposited, $20,640. So our interest ends up being $27,281.80. So you can see that we actually ended up earning more interest than the amount that we deposited in this case.